Alrighty. Okay, that just threw me off. What? Why? What just happened? What's this Chinese earthquake crap? You lost me. Okay, let's actually get started. Oh, right. I forgot that game existed. I know my brother used to play that. That game was awful. I hated it. Anyways, so back again. I moved it to Saturday because my schedule's been crazy lately, and I've just been falling asleep as soon as I got home, waking up at stupid hours. What are we doing? First, let's go ahead and remind everyone that this Sega Saturn 25th Anniversary Game Competition is still happening. I'm still giving away, at the minimum, $20, probably going to be more if I can get some extra money together, to whoever wins the popularity contest at the end of it. So, hacks, patches, and translations, that's a recently added category. There's no prize money there, but there is glory. That's what Trekkies United is working on right now, is his Grandia translation project, which is just about finished, and anyone else that wants to do, like, you know, ROM hacks or ISO hacks or whatever you call them are free to enter. What I'm focusing on right now is the original game category. I'm competing, XL2 is competing, I believe. I think Ponut's competing, and I know there's a handful of other people on the forums and in Discord that have said they're going to be trying to submit something, like these fine people. I'm assuming K-Dash is going to submit something, and Slinga, and Cobra Doll. I've seen Cobra Doll actually work on some stuff, and a few other people. Not many people posting on the forum right now, but I'm looking forward to November 15th. We're gonna have a bunch of ISOs on, and then we're gonna have a just a game night where I'm gonna be playtesting everyone's stuff live on stream, and then give you guys all the links to the ISOs so you guys can playtest them yourself. And there's gonna be a poll to see who wins the competition, and a moderate sum of money. Enough to at least buy a pizza. Okay, what are we actually doing tonight? I, luckily, have managed to fix up my streaming setup so that we can actually see everything I'm doing on screen. So if I need to pull up documentation, like... where are you at? Like this thing that I'm constantly referring to. Hooray! Now I won't have to fumble with OBS all the time. Oops. Those are my copy and paste things. Not dealing with that. Last time on the stream, we had a jelly that we put into Sonic Z Dream and then put into my engine, or my engine using Z Dream tools, to see if we can't get animations to work. So, last time, let's go ahead and bump into MedDefend. Last time we got animations to work, but it was for every instance at once. So let's just display what's going on here. Whoops. There we go. Screen just kind of fizzled out for a bit. Loading. And we're good. Okay. There's a jelly. There's a jelly. And let's make a third jelly up here. Oh, they fall. I forgot there's gravity in this game. That's hilarious. It appears that their default state, I can't tell, but they don't look very square to me. They look like they're tilted, and that could be an issue. But, let's try to trigger the animation. Wait, what? Ponut, you seeing this? Because this is the opposite of what we saw last time. Is the problem solved? I didn't change anything. Last time it wasn't working well. Also, it appears these hitboxes are not quite lining up to what they should be. Okay, let's spawn another one. Now both of these are twitching, but only one corner of it. This is some weird, I think this is like what they call a race condition. The animation is being handled by a separate processor, and I think somehow the more objects I put down... Oh, stop that. Oh, wow. I totally broke this. What just happened? Definitely some weird stuff is happening. Because this guy is still twitching. And he shouldn't be twitching. He shouldn't be doing any of this. This is so weird. Okay, there's definitely some stuff that needs to be fixed tonight. Okay, yeah, but I don't want to have big enough models. I want to be able to have basic little jelly cubes that jiggle around and attack me. This guy twitches like he should. Also, the positive Y direction is apparently down, so negative Y is up. So I have to take that into account in the Blender model. But for now, the Blender file is alright. Let's just work on the actual coding logic of this. Because only one of these guys should be twitching at a time. And it kind of bothers me that they're all twitching like that. It's kind of disturbing. And even when I turn the flag on and off, it only changes the speed of some of the twitch of... I think their whatever is in their memory is kind of corrupted. No. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to be wasteful with memory. I'm going to instantiate a new entity for every one of these guys. It's going to be a lot easier to program, and it's going to just work. My god, Shane. Seriously? You're not supposed to say those things out loud. Well, by Malik, you mean I need to address more memory, but I'm not actually going to call Malik. First off, because I've never gotten Joe Malik to work the right way. And second, because I'd rather not have to play with memory just yet when I can just get this to work a different way. Okay, so let's follow this path of whatever stuff we're dealing with here. So we have... let's start at the very top. When I press A, down here... Oh, let me turn off that input. Oh, the input delay is probably fine. Now, instead of 15, I'll put it down to 10. Once every third of a second is fine. So, whenever I press A, I should have a jelly cube. The negative theta is supposed to make it face me, but I think I built the model backwards and upside down. I'll find out when I try to remake the model. I create an angle for it to be drawn to, and the target is whatever my target is as defined up here, which is basically just an alteration of my player position, which gets updated every frame. So that's where it's being placed. No, where am I? I'm down here. Then I create the object. Here's the pointer to the entity. So this is the master entity. I only have one entity that, this entity is what contains all of my model information. So this has, all the vertices, the textures, and also the animation, the vector animations. So that just essentially the transformations that I put on the vectors to animate the thing and make it jiggle. What did I change to make this thing ask for it? Whatever. I'll save whatever it is. Oh yeah, that's right. I changed the input delay. So this entity is in a master list. Where is that master list though? I bet you I put it in main like a lazy person. Now let's just find it. Entities. Where could it be? Do I have game object open? It's not in game object? Oh, is it a Ztream thing? But Ztream is open here. Huh. Okay. Let me open up some more files and then I'll try that search again. Could it be display.c isn't even included though. That's an old file. Let's animate. not going to be in animate. It's definitely not going to be in any of the physics stuff. It's not going to be in the timer. I doubt it's going to be in VDB2. And I'm not even sure if I include VDB2. It's just something I borrowed from Ponut. Let's try the header files for ZT Common. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's try ztcommon.c. No, it's just .h. Yeah, it's not here. I don't think it's going to be in CD because that's just loading functions, and I don't think it even has entities. Okay, let's open basically every Z-Stream thing. So starting with the header files, then the C files, and then we're going to search for entities in all open documents. Well, it knows here to look for it, and that's my code. So it knows inside of main.c and in input.c. Main.c, let's just see what it includes. I mean, presumably everything. Could it be in collision? That would be kind of dumb of me to put it in collision. No, it's not in collision. What do you mean it's the one you wrote junk into? Okay, I think I've established that it's not going to be in any of the Z-Stream files. And it's not over here. Not over here. Not over here. Well, I'm not really certain how that would help out in this specific situation, though. Can you explain? Oh, there we go. ZT-model.h. Oh, well, I suppose. There's the entity. And here's where we store all the entities. Okay. Here's the thing. I was planning on having a master entity, and then maybe we could have a separate... Oh, okay. Shane's working on his menu game, which I guess is technically, like, he can make an RPG if he wanted to do that. Yeah. And well... Freon Leon? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce your name. Anyway, I'm just going to call you Freon for now. Assuming that's how you say it. Every time I get like a more sophisticated ID involved, it just kind of complicates things that I want to do. Like, Notepad++ is exactly simple enough where I can do everything on the scale that I want it to. So I'm willing to deal with minor inconveniences like having to sift through these files. If I open all of them and I just search through, and I'll be able to find what I have to find. Yeah, Ponut, that's basically what my plan was. So I'm gonna treat this entities... What's max models? 40. I can have 40 models. So yeah, I think this is already primed to be like a maximum number of entities thing, and I'll just clone the entities. The thing is, I need to be able to clone them. So is there an entity copy function here, so I can go inside of the memory and copy every portion of it? If not, I'll probably have to just make one. I'll probably... Let's see, do I want animate to hold all of my entities, or should I have a display? I'll let animate hold it for now, and if I have to split it off later, I'll split it off later. I really wish the animation control could. Okay, this is something I. Well, it's not my code, but this is something that's kind of customized for this. I wish the animation control could somehow be tied to the entity so that I could put, you know, shove these into the same location the master entity is in. And maybe I'll make a master animation control list. Yeah. So let's set up some. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like reversing the link list direction I'm going with. I'm thinking of having the master entity list and then having the animation entity list with the same indices. So like I'll just address both of them with the same index. So it'll be like a 2D array. So I'll have how many animations could I possibly want for a specific character? Let's just get kind of silly with it. We're gonna have just an array of pointers, right? 30 plus. Let's call it 50. So let's define num and animations, and this will be let's call it 50. Maximum number of maximum number of animations supported by a model. That's okay. So let's make animation master. So we'll have okay. I gotta get back. I've been programming in Java all week, and I have to keep doing that this weekend for a project for work. So I'm actually a little bit out of it in terms of syntax. So I want to make an array of animation controls, or at least pointers to animation controls. And they're gonna have max number of entities, max models. There we go. Max models. I'll call this animation master. It's equal to, just copy this declaration. Let's make it external as well. So I can just grab it from anywhere. Max models for rows and columns is going to be max Annie. There we go. This is going to be animation master controller. Master list. Okay, animation master list. Row is the entity. Column is what's the column? Column is the animation. And then I can make a little collapsible block comment here, making a map of the animations. This is so everyone's gonna have like a standard thing, and I'll just kind of list them up. I'll just list these out as they become necessary. So these guys, the animation controls here will no longer become necessary, but where do I load them in? Probably under load reference, right? So instead of doing that, we can now call in animation master Hmm. So this is going to be entity 0. And this is going to be animation number 0. There we go. Good. Yes. And I'll just do a find replace for jelly neutral. There we go. Okay. Place in selection. There we go. Feel comfortable with that. Then for now, jelly damage is going to be our walk animation. I'm going to replace that with 0, 1. And I'm assuming converting from a an element of a 2D array from the actual struct itself shouldn't cause too many problems, but you know, who knows what's going to happen. I feel like I need a second frame for the... I'm just going to make an idle animation for this jelly later on. I'm just going to make everyone make sure they have at least 2 frames of idle so that it doesn't have these weird problems. Okay. So basically, every time I load up a specific area where I know there's a certain list of characters I want to load up, I guess I can try keeping the normal, you know, the ones that keep coming up all the time, like main character related meshes or weapon meshes or whatever. I'll keep them loaded up on the top, and you know, specific enemies and characters are going to be loaded up in per section. I'll just replace on the bottom as needed. So what am I missing? So the animation control. Let's find out where that is. Oh, okay. That was actually pretty simple. So this is going to now be, I don't know, do I still need the ampersand there if I'm going to address it like this? Zero. I really need to at some point move all these functions off into their own place. Hey, Shane, you got me some bits. Did it work? Yeah, the thing works. At least it looks like it works. I don't know how you feel about that animation. I like the animation. Oh, yeah, E-Money? I'm just gonna call you Money. I don't know, E-Money. Yeah, I'm programming on the Sega Saturn, so once I've cleared up everything I'm trying to shove in here, we'll run the Sega Saturn emulator, and we'll see if my code has broken anything worse than it was before. But yeah, we're programming a homebrew game on the Sega Saturn. That's what's going on here. Oh, we're not doing that anymore. That's right. do idle animation, and then just call it the walk animation for now. This is in C, yes. The dev kit, I mean, dev kit is a strong word for what's going on here. You can see on the right side of the screen all the tools I'm using right now. And if you scroll down in the description, and for people on YouTube that are watching this later can also do the same thing, there's links to Joe Engine. If you just download the zip file available on Joe Engine on his website, it's pretty much all plug and play. He's got a bunch of samples to play with. There is a contest going on right now that if you can make a game by November 15th, I recommend you stick to a 2D game. You can win, a small amount of money. There we go. There's the anniversary competition. So if you already know C, you've already got a good head start because it's not too bad. Like, trying to get a lot of performance out of the Saturn is a massive headache, but just trying to get something to work isn't so bad with the Joe Engine now that we have Joe Engine. I'm using Z-Stream tools, which is something that XL2, a popular the Saturn homebrew developer, has made. He made Sonic Z-Stream, which he's made available to play with as well. Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry about me. I'm the one holding the competition. I'm fully expecting to lose. But yeah, I recommend you just give it a shot. All the tools are available down there. My code's available. You can download the latest GitHub release. After tonight, I'll upload whatever I fix tonight. I mean, yeah, that's part of it. You got to deal with the race. Ponut, if I don't lose to you, I'm going to lose to XL2 because his game is scary. Like, it's basically a complete shooter already. Like, you could play that, and that's better than some actual releases on the Saturn as is. I mean, there would have to be a lot of people that really hate the idea of first-person shooters just in general to not vote for XL2. Yeah, I know it's not really fair, but if you come up with something creative, it doesn't have to have a lot of polish for it to be fun. Yeah, and basically, if you open source your code, like Shane's working on a menu, like a nice menu, well, presumably a nice menu. If you open source your code, other people are going to be able to use it, and obviously you'll get some accreditation there, but it's going to help more higher quality games come out on the Saturn, and that's really the goal here. That's why I'm offering this prize money. And if I get some extra prize, like people are saying they want to give some extra prize money to the pool, so I'll figure out how to do that maybe next month. And once we have some extra prize money in the pool, we can probably give out some second and third prizes. I'm going to split off all of these print statements over into a different location, like this. I got stuff floating around everywhere where they really shouldn't be. None of this should be in main, really. Draw function should be in a display, and I think I tried to split that off once, but it just didn't work out, and I just stopped doing it. Yeah, so Shane, I'll probably ask you about that after the stream to try and get that set up so that by the 15th we'll have a definite number. Well, I mean, I've been building. If you look on YouTube, you see like every piece of development on this game has been done live on stream. So these function calls have all been explored at one point or another, but you'd have to sift through maybe about 40, 50, 60 hours of streaming to see what I've done. But all of it's available. So if you had absolutely all the free time in the world, you could follow exactly what I did. Maybe fast forward through all the mistakes and be able to come to the same exact understanding I have of the Sega Saturn. Like, we have an entire stream that could probably be thrown away. Like, we've done timing for, like, 3 streams, and only the last stream was really the good one. The one that actually works, because that's the one where we looked at what Joe Engine was doing. And Ponut helped me find the manual for the actual processor to do that. Yeah. I try my best to comment the code reasonably so that people can understand what I'm doing. And when I get code from other people, like this animate script, we did our best to comment and understand what's going on here. Oh, thanks for following you, Money. Okay, I was going through and finding all the places where I need to change up what's going on here. So right now in the draw call, we're still referencing the entity. So let's go over to GameObject and see the entity is being stored as, is this a pointer? Well, actually, let's go to the header file first. This is a pointer. Now, Ponut, correct me if I'm wrong. If I change this from a pointer to an actual entity and I create a copy function, will that work just as well? Because I don't know if there's a fixed size for entity. It might not like that. So, actually, while you ponder that, let me see if there actually is a... Yeah, it is. I guess it should, because I'm looking at this, and this has a fixed size. This has... Well, I mean, that's not what fixed means. Fixed is a data type. But this has a size of 3 fixeds. This is 3 fixed. This is 1 integer, 1 integer, 1 integer. This is just a pointer to a fixed size array, and this is a constant that's defined pre-compiler. So in theory, I can take this entity that is a fixed size and declare it as part of the game object, like so. Here. Oh, I'm about to break so many things. Okay. I am about to break so much crap. And, remind me, can you have a return type that of a struct? Is that a valid function to write? Okay. I mean, I don't have to copy... Okay, just the XP data. Let's undo what I just did, just in case. Okay, so let's keep our entity masterless, and let's just make a new X data. Yeah, because I think the rendering code itself in here takes the entity t, but I could modify it to take the entity and then the XP data. Is it only taking the XP data from the entity, or what else is it taking? So here's the first polygon. We can do that, and it's taking current model animation. Is that even a valid? Oh yeah, there it is. There's the animation struct. And we only need to copy the XP data. So this relatively large animation struct can stay put. Okay. So I kind of like the idea of only taking the XP data, but where are we updating it? Are we even updating it? It doesn't look like we're ever updating it. We're... Oh, there we go. Current P data. And current P data is being defined as current model, current... Okay, there we go. So, all we have to do is change this to a reference to an additional XP data. Oh, yeah, that's doable. I can handle that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm liking our idea more and more because it can be all the damage can be contained just in this area. So we're taking the XP data and we're taking the first polygon, current P data. I think we're just going to copy the wholesale XP data there. I think that's enough. In fact, I don't think we have to copy anything. I think we just have to instantiate it and let the function do the rest of the work. Because if all rendering is going through the animate function, it's automatically writing stuff to it. Yeah. So yeah, before rendering even happens, we're writing stuff to this pointer as is. So maybe we can not even have to copy it over. We can just instantiate it. So let's take this and shove it somewhere else. So this is going to be. Does it have to be a point? I guess I'm gonna keep the same language here. I'm gonna keep it a pointer to copy of XP data If we're going to make an animation master, why don't we make an XP data master for all the potential objects we're going to store in memory anyway? Because then I can address everything with an integer and not have to deal with freeing up memory later. Is that really what's happening, though? Let me see. Because, I keep rereading your comment, and I keep thinking more and more about what's going on here. So let's go in the... See, it's taken the normal as well, and I feel like it wouldn't be safe not to copy everything over. I feel I'm just going to copy everything over. And I think part of why there's these extra iterations here is because it's not just the normals we're dealing with. There's also 2 extra coordinates there that I don't know about because I don't know the full structure of this table here. Oh, that would be interesting. Can we comment that right now? What's going on? There we go. Skip over 16-bit Vertex IDs. Beautiful. Does that happen anywhere else? No, looks like... See, that kind of clears up the last bit of confusion I had with this piece of code. See, that makes sense, because they're still there. Nice. Nice, Ponut. Okay, we made this slightly more usable for other people that want to do this. So what? Let's we don't even need the pointer to an entity. I mean, the pointer is nice, but we can just make it an ID. We can kind of reduce everything to an object ID, but now let's keep the pointer as is. But the ID can be used into an XP data max thing. Here's the thing. I need to be able to free this data if I ever destroy this object. Is that going to be an issue? I will eventually get to the DSP, yes. For those not in the know, the DSP is like a separate processing unit that's specifically good at multiple parallel instructions at once. So it can trigger, I think, either 3 or 6 different instructions in the same line. And if you can, it's written in assembly, so if you can organize the code very well, you can have very efficient, very small, compact code running. But the transit time between the DSP and everything else, and coordination issues with running into parallel processing, where things aren't triggering at the same time, make it kind of a huge headache to use. But Ponut has gotten specifically good at the SCU DSP. In theory, you can get, I guess, up to 5 different unique instructions, as long as they don't rely on each other's output. For now, So, Ponut, what's the quick and easy way to free up an entire array if I ever have to destroy this thing? Or E-Money, since you also know C. Anyone who knows C, really. I'm open to figuring out how I want to handle this. Well, no, because if let's say I make this, I have to create this this XP data. I'm gonna have to create this XP data and have this this struct point to it if I'm doing it like this. So if I destroy this object, how do I make sure that I haven't just kept this somewhere in memory? So I just don't have to worry about it. As soon as I destroy this struct and the last pointer to it has disappeared, there's going to be some sort of garbage collection that also destroys any of its arrays that are currently not referenced to by some pointer somewhere. I'm not sure what I need to keep bookkeeping of and what I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's as good as gone. It's that I'm going to run out of memory if that memory is reserved. That's what I'm afraid of. So if I have to take up, like, say, a kilobyte of memory to store the XP data of some 3D character, I create the character, I remove the character. I've destroyed the game object struct, but all I did is destroy the reference to XP data. The XP data will still be there. And if I keep doing that over and over again, eventually I'll run out of RAM. Yeah. So that second thing is what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to take this and shove it somewhere else. So the there's 200 game objects right now. No, it isn't. It's not a variable size. That's the beauty of it. It should be No. It's this XP data. It has a fixed number of well, however much max meshes is. Yeah, it has max meshes members. I need to find out where is XP data an XL or SGL thing. Oh boy. But no, but I don't see why I need them. Okay, SL diff and liquid XP data. It's pointers. This is super annoying. Thing is, when I declare an entity, do I really have to? Because I have an array of entities. We have an array of entities, and they don't. We don't have any problems. See, if we hit a fixed array of these entities, there shouldn't be a problem. Correct, but this is all contained within this, unless this is a reference somewhere else. So let's look at the model loader itself. What's that going to be under? Is it CD? Something that returns an entity, or at least loads up an entity into the entity's master. Load model. Okay, it's going to be under load model. There we go. So there's set textures, load textures, load animations, load P data. There we go. Let's see, how does he do this? So this function is what we're incrementing the current address pointer by the data size. But all of these look like they're fixed numbers of things. Total mesh. And total mesh is a constant, is it not? From load model.h? Oh boy. So he's got places in memory with where this P data is stored that he's just not ever touching again. Okay, and this will be good for the master entity list, where we're storing the master copies of everyone. But I'm interested in instantiated guys, so yeah. Let's, we're gonna, I guess, have to malloc some things together. Thing is, it's not the malloc I'm afraid of, it's the freeing. Nah, that's, I don't like that. I like, we shouldn't be taking up more memory than we actually need. Okay, what am I actually doing in main? Okay, let's save this for now. Let's comment this out. In main, what am I doing when I load the model? I have ZT3D load model. That's this function. I give it the file name. I give it the start address. And that start address, I believe, current address. So that gets incremented. And returned, okay. Entities 0, and then false being what? Oh yeah, I don't want go rad shading. Okay. So this is us loading it into the entity master. Oh boy. I don't know why these two are two separate lines. It's weird to me, but whatever. I feel like I can comment this part out. I don't need to be told what's loading right now. I don't want that to display. I'll just put up a load screen and I'll keep the fade in just in case that's needed. So this work address keeps getting incremented by all these loading functions, which makes sense. But then, how do I just do this? And more importantly, how do I do this and then free it afterwards? How do I know what my starting address is? That's my concern. I don't want to have to write a memory manager just to do all this stuff. That's what I don't want to have to happen. Yeah, that's literally what I just said I didn't want to do. How much low working RAM do I have? Is it like 1 meg? Yeah, that's what I figured, 1 meg. Okay, so I have got 1 meg of low working RAM. Ponut, can you explain the difference between low and high working RAM? Like, what are their purposes for? Am I using them the way they're supposed to be used? Because if I'm creating and destroying entities all the time, I might as well work in the more frequently utilized RAM, right? Like, the low RAM, is that like low frequency utilized RAM, like stuff that's supposed to be there for longer term storage than high frequency? Or am I getting that backwards? Yeah, so I figured, then why don't we create something in high RAM that is accessible, and then I can Joe Malloc and Joe Free at will. Yeah, It makes sense to put the master list into slower RAM, and then have the actual entities vertices in high RAM. I think I like that solution. So let's go over to Joe Engine's Joe Malik. Where does he keep that? And figure out how to do this. We're not assuming we have the extended cartridge, because not everyone's going to have that, and some people are going to need to use the Sega Saturn, whatever. Here's the thing. Do I want... Should I try using Joe Malik? I don't think the memory accessing is going to be my bottleneck here. I think it's the having to display or having to do the physics for everyone is the bottleneck for the speed right now. So I'll try to reuse the same block size to try and be able to fit more stuff in memory. Okay, so I'm assuming if I do the entire XP data... Okay. So if I malloc something with Joe Engine, I will be able to return all that stuff with the... or free all that stuff using the same thing if I just give it the same pointer that it instantiated. It'll just keep track of it somewhere. Okay. Okay, so let us get back into Notepad++. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you. I was looking at the documentation for Joe Engine, and you guys were just staring at the code. So let us try to, in the game object, when we create the game object, we're still pointing to the same master entity. We're assigning a bounding box, but we also want a list. Oh, shoot. I'm going to call this pdata master. And we're going to index it like so. So it's going to be 200 for each game object and max meshes for max meshes. And that means every time I'm going to malloc, I'm going to multiply max meshes by however big the pdata master needs to be. So how do we know how big that entry is going to be? Because what's going on here is that so here we're given a start address and then we have an ending address, and that gets iterated how? Let me see. It's just a pointer. It's just a blank pointer. So anyone in the know, if I subtract a pointer from another pointer, does that return a size that I need? So I could put inside, whenever I load this object, I could store a entity size, or entity memory size, or pdata memory size, that I can then store somewhere and call on later for use. Could be this size. I mean, the way he does it here, it should be the size, because it's just he's iterating. He's only adding to the pointer location. So if I get the start address here and then the work address, yeah. I like that. I like that. So in load model, or not even, is it load model? Or, crap, no. He's going to do it here. Crap. And this is going to store the whole freaking entity. It's not just going to be... Am I going to have to actually modify XL2's code? Because that's scary to me. Okay. We're given a start address. We're returning a work address. That work address is getting loaded back over here. So here's what I can do. I can give it a pointer to an integer. I'm going to call it pdata size. Thing is that the pointers are voided, so they're void type pointers, I guess. If I subtract a void from a void and store it into an int, is it going to have a problem with that? I'm hoping not. Well, it's going to be a difference of pointers, which is what's making me question whether or not I can store it as an int. I'm assuming I can, and that's why I'm doing this. So if a difference of pointers is not a pointers, what's the return type? If I store it in an int, is it going to complain? Okay. So when does he actually load in the pdata? Where's that pdata load? There we go. So we're going to be pdata size. Yeah, that's what I was gonna go for, basically. Wait, what's this bytes off crap? Oh, wait. Oh, no, it needs to be up here. Okay. Thing is, it's being stored in work address, so int. Thing is, do I need to address it like this to actually write in the value? Because right now it's a pointer. Because I needed to return separate from the return value. So up here, I have it as a pointer. So I'm assuming if I put the star over here, it'll actually write in the value at that pointer location. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. This line right here, this is where we actually load in the p data. So actually, let me write this comment. Saves p data size in memory to malloc and free copies later. Added by Emerald Nova. No, because we're loading p data exactly here. We'd have to. We only want to copy the p data. We don't want to copy the animations or anything that happens before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do work address here, and then work p data is going to be this minus this. And that should basically wrap the entire size of whatever is going on here. Assuming that that's how you work with these pointers. Let me double check real quick. Let me Let me go search for C pointers just to double check if I have a pointer to an integer and I want to store something in that pointer. Because right now I want to be confident what I'm doing actually makes sense. So if I give pointer that there, this line, that's how I'm gonna feel a little bit better about that then. Okay. But Ponut, you agree with what's going on over here, though, right? I store the work address just before the load data, and then I take the work address minus current P data size, and that should be the size in memory. And then that means when I load up the model, I should give it okay, that makes absolutely no sense. What do you mean that's not the part? How could it possibly not is the part that gets it from the CD? Okay, but this is the part that writes it into memory, right? That's the part I care about. So if I look at load P data, it's writing. Here, model is entity T. Poll is the P data of that model according to where are you? There. Yeah, poll is that. Here is exactly where we're writing the P data. We just care about the size of poll here. So if I wrap this work address around it, it'll be fine. Yeah, but that's what I want. I want the size of that P data because I'm storing that P data. I'm making a copy of that P data. So, where was I? Here? No. Here. Yes? No. Here. Down in here. Okay. So I'm presumably passing in a pointer to an integer that describes the P data size in pure memory size. So that's the only argument I need. And then I will want to give that address in here. And I'm going to have to store that P data size master. It's going to be 0. What? No. It's saying cast it to an integer, and then the new number is subtract from the previous number. This should still be an integer. Really? Because it's okay. I'm passing in a pointer. So I figured if we wrote it like this, this right now this looks to me like it's still a pointer because it's being passed in over here as a pointer. Okay. It does because I needed to write back where it's coming from. The argument I'm passing in is a pointer so it can write directly to the P data size master that I'm about to create, so I can keep track of it. It's gonna be kept track of just like the entity master. In fact, I'll probably put it somewhere. Where do we keep entities? Where's that list of 200 entities or so? How many? There, this. Yeah, I want to write whatever that number is to this address. So I'm going to make it P data sizes. stores sizes of P data for corresponding entities for malloc/free. I can type tonight. Okay. So I'm going to write it here. I'm writing to this location, which is why I'm passing in that pointer. Actually, now that I'm doing that, if it's here and I'm writing this, I can just write it directly. I don't need to change that argument at all. So, this can go away. And this down here, data sizes. How do we know what index we're writing here? We don't. Do we? Into DT. Let's try this. Let's turn this into an ID for the entity master list. Wait, okay, Ponut, you're losing me here. What do you mean do not know? What are you talking about? So I'm only using this load model here to write into a specific index of that entities that's already there. So why don't I just turn this into an index by itself? So this can be written like, okay, it's going to be integer entity ID. And the first thing here that I can write, model, is equal to entities entity ID. And this will be a pointer. So now I can just pass in this entity ID. This entity ID will write not only to that entity's master list, but also the P data sizes. There we go. There we go. I feel like this will work well, or it won't work at all. We'll find out. So that means over here, instead of just doing entities, you know, that entities pointer, I'll just do 0. Heck, this rough radius could probably change, but I'm not about to do that right now. Unless I change the better. I've already heavily, well, not heavily modified. I've modified XL2's code enough where I'm starting to get scared of what's going on here. So load P data now has this new argument, entity ID. Bruh? Okay. Okay. So, turning this pointer argument up here into an index that I can then write to here allows me to also simultaneously index the P data sizes. The P data sizes will allow me to malloc and free at will for the different copies I want to make. Now the problem is, I need to be able to copy a P data, which means I need to write a new function. So, Okay, I mean, realistically speaking, if I do this all right, then this only needs to happen with 2 arguments? Oh, there's only one function in animate? Okay, let's make a second. Oh, okay, that works too. Is that actually going to happen? That's super convenient. Let's look in the documentation just real quick. What is that? It's a good thing I opened this up at the start of the show. DMA. Block transfer using CPU. Okay. Source, destination, and count. Block transfer amount. Oh, okay. That's easy. That's easy. And that is being stored as an integer. I should probably make sure that it's a uint32 and not something else. Let's double check my unsigned int 32. There we go. Which means, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. uint32. Just make sure absolutely everything that could possibly go wrong gets taken care of. Okay. Well, I just like to keep things consistent at the very least. So, if we know it's an unsigned integer, 32-bit, then I want to make sure that's consistent everywhere, because I'm modifying code that is not mine. It's making me nervous. So then, the copy. The copy can happen in GameObject. Point to entity T, and now copy P data. Oops, not that part. So P data sizes, and this is the entity ID. Yeah, let's change this. Let's change this to an integer. Entity ID. So then this pointer is now entities, entity ID, pointer. Source is this dot poll. And do I have that right? Where's that struck? There we go. So it should be whatever that entity is dot poll. Poll 0, I guess. Destination is the pdata master list that I have created where? Pdata master. Gonna go entity ID and then 0, and this is a pointer, and then it'll iterate the pointer as needed. P data sizes has been written at the point of loading that entity. But presumably this should all work. And the last thing to update is the animation thing itself. The animation should be grabbing stuff from where? So we got current model. We'll have the entity T. Oh, we could probably completely replace that then. Is that all current model is doing? No, it's also taking animation frames. So let's rewrite this. We have the entity. We're gonna have the master entity pointer. Let that sit there for now. And then we're also going to have the P data pointer. That should be XP data. Call that poll. Make that a pointer to P data copy master of the same ID that we're going for. And now we can change this entity T to actually, we could probably rewrite this whole freaking thing. Let me think about that. Animation control. Animation control can be addressed as an index. So we can do, we can give it an object, and the object will give it the correct pointer to the... No, because what's wrong with that? The game object needs to have what else? It needs to have the actual ID of the entity. All right, so let's give it that property. Entity ID. Now let's go ahead and give it the pointer to the first XP data. That XP data. P data start should be equal to oh, we don't have to instantiate anything, but we're going to instantiate it to this thing down here. Okay, this I think we're actually going to be able to simplify a lot of this code. So the animation control can be addressed with index on the animation master, which is here. Well, can it though? Yeah, this is going to be entity ID. This is going to be animation ID. So let's... Okay, current model. Animation control. Animation control pointer. Equal to... let's go ahead and start writing these things in. So this is going to be entity ID, which is going to be our first input. Entity ID. Oh, no. We don't even need to do that. We can animate the object itself. Let's grab the game object. Okay. We're just going to have a pointer to a game object. And that'll handle everything. Alright, so here's how this is going to work. The entity pointer is coming from game object here. Object.entity, right? The P data pointer is going to be P data start. Yeah, okay. And the animation control is going to be from the entity ID of the object. Okay. And the animation. Okay. My bad. Whoops. That could have been bad. Animation ID. Okay, so we're basically going to give it a pointer to an object and then whatever the ID is, I guess 0. That'll make it a lot easier to address things. Now, have I added absolutely everything that needs to be added? I'm sure there's a lot of references here that need to be fixed up because of this. First off, create game object needs to instantiate entity ID, entity pointer, and pdata start. Okay, Ponut, real quick concern here. So I've got the ability to create the object, and I trust that this line will work, but I need to know that I can free that exact same line without overwriting other stuff. I think I want to use Joe Malik for this one. Yeah, if I destroy the object, I need to destroy this... Oh, wait, do I have to destroy the pointer? Maybe this will work as is. I'm thinking this will work as is because I think the what I'm writing to is this P data master here, and I think this is going to be a fixed size, but I'm not certain because max meshes gives me all the room I need to expand into, I think. I don't think XL2 handles dynamic memory allocation. I think he just blocks out memory locations, which is a lot easier to deal with. So I'm thinking if I just overwrite... Yeah, probably. But... No, because... Look. Everything's being stored in this array. This array has been instantiated. It has a memory address. Joe Malik is going to give me a different memory address. I'm not going to be able to store it there. Or is it an array... Crap. It's an array of pointers, yeah. That means I have to make something equal to something else. So let's add a line to that. So let's go back to Joe Engine. We're going to Joe Malik with behavior. It's going to return me a pointer. This integer is going to be from the pdata master size table. Pdata sizes. With entity ID. And then the behavior We're going to try and reuse the same block size, even if it's slow. Okay, fine, Joe Malik. Okay, so we're Malicking that, we're storing that here. Right. So this pointer is going to get stored over nya, and it's going to be written to over nya. And then when I destroy the object, I gotta free it with Joe free. So, destroy object. Destroy the bounding box. We're going to destroy pdata copy. Wow, formatting on the tabs here is kind of weird. It's just going to be the pointer, and it's just its own call. I don't have to return anything here. So the call is going to be to whomst? eData master? No, where is it getting... No, pdata master should not be writing to entity ID. It should be writing to the block ID? Yes. Block ID, there we go. Object ID. That could have been unfortunate. So the pdata master will be storing things in the associated object ID, and that only makes sense. So when I want to destroy it, I'm going to destroy that exact same location. And then when I copy... the clone object. Oh, is this going to get awkward? This is going to get awkward. Maybe the clone was not the best idea. Because now we're going to have an order of operation dispute here. So I'm cloning the object already. That cloned object contains only the master entity pointer, and then all this other stuff. So what I need to do is, before the object's even cloned, so this is cloning the last object into the ID of the object being destroyed. That's probably... So all this should probably happen way ahead of time anyway. Old bounding boxes and whatnot. Actually, on the subject of bounding boxes, this should now be 1. They are 1 meter jellies. So we destroy the pdata copy, we destroy the bounding box, and then we clone the object from wherever we're grabbing it to the new object location, and we're resizing the entire the tracker for all the objects. Okay. So, there's no way that this will ever compile on the first time. We changed way too much. But I don't know what else we're missing. So let's try the compile and see what happens. Oh boy. Of course, everyone's complaining at once. Let's start with the game object. $39. Entity ID. Oh, should that be an integer? That should probably be an integer. Okay, that's a good start. It's asking about semicolons. That's probably because there's no integer there. Syntax error before. You know what? Everything's been polluted. Let's from the top. Okay, main line 89. Oh, I no longer need this. Wrong number of arguments. Okay, and then the stuff I broke. Conflicting types for load P data. 125. Did I forget to copy these guys over? What changed? Actually, I don't think I even changed this one. Let's see. Start address, integer ID. Oh, whoops. This is going to be the pointer to entity. Well, it's already. Oh no, we want that pointer. Yeah. So pointer to entities. Entity ID. Does that make you happy? Okay, and obviously load 3D model has changed as well. So how has it changed? You got a file name, start address, entity ID, and whether or not we're using GoRad shading. Did I really need to change load P data? Was that necessary? How did that change down here? No, I don't think I needed to change how P data loaded. So load P data could still be like so. Still taking that model as an argument. Which means this guy over here can be this again. Let's try. Oh, come on. Why aren't you? Some weird stuff's happening. I can't even see my, Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, this is a shorter list. 190. Oh, wait. One too many. Up over there. And CD7. Oh, okay, that's probably the same thing. Keep forgetting I can't compile from inside that folder. Sigwin. We don't have time for your nonsense, Sigwin. $148. Why is this a problem? Should this be ampersand? What, for here? This is a list of actual entities. If I, is this actually going to return a pointer? As is? Game object.h51. Okay, let's actually look in the real errors there. Line 6. Okay, explain how that shadows a global declaration. Oh, I need to update that header file as well. Of course I do. I forgot to do everything important. It's like error whack-a-mole. I changed one thing in one file, the errors start showing up in other files. Let me see. Declaration of object shadows a global declaration. It keeps saying that. Why can't I just say the word object? What's wrong with object? Let me change that to obj. Never really used again after this list, so I can just change this over here. And then over here. Is there like a global that says just object? And something not a structure or union. What are you talking about? Okay, we have a game object here. We have game object.entity. This should be a pointer to an entity. Oh, always I can never get these straight. So that means same error here. Incompatible types in initialization for Animate 13? No, what? Should this be... No, I don't think so. Unused variable poll. I don't believe you. Oh yeah, that was never going to work if I didn't update that. So we only have to... Okay, current p data gets written once and then it's taken care of. Oh boy, line 13, incompatible types in initialization, incompatible types in initialization on 26 as well. It's just a pointer to an animation control. The animation control should be inside of Animation Master. Animation Master is here. Maybe this would help? Oh, I should probably save this too. And then line 26. I mean, if we're just going to do that, where else is poll showing up? If poll doesn't show up anywhere else, what's the purpose of having poll when we can do this? Oh boy. So many other things break. Okay, main 88. Declaration of current address shadows a global declaration. Since when has that been a problem? Oh, that's a warning. Never mind. Request remember uniform in something not a structure or union. Line 93. What's going on line 93? Okay. I address one thing, I break something completely different. Should have cleaned up most of that. 97. Oh, yeah, there's that. And that. Okay. 126. This is now a bunch of pointers, so I can do this now. Display enemy argument 1 from incompatible pointer type. It's a pointer to an animation master. What more do you want from me? Oh, it wants a game object. I forgot. Okay. Oh, wow, yeah, we changed everything here, didn't we? I forgot. You want the animation ID. So, actually, that kind of simplifies the logic. Where was that? Like here? Here. Yeah, we can just do this logic. So the pointer is this guy. Now, is the object list already pointers, or do I need to... Oh, let's leave it like this. And animation ID is object.ani. And then I can wipe these lines. Oh boy. Warning, 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 warning. Which one of these is the actual error? Incompatible types and initialization for line 148 in load model. Okay. This is an actual list of entities, and this is a pointer to an entity. So maybe this should be this? That feels right. Incompatible type light mode. This again. Do you want this? Is this what you're asking for? Nope. Well, if it is, it's something different now. Oh boy. Line 27. Whack-a-mole. How is that even a valid complaint? Line 27. There's nothing there. It's a bracket. Conflicting type for create object. Who's complaining? Previous declaration of create. Wait. What do you mean? How are you stepping on your own toes? Entity T versus. Wait. Oh, I need to change this here to here. Entity ID, and that means in the input I should probably change that. I press A. Or which one is the actual create object? This, I'm just gonna say create object 0. I changed so much, and then like all these errors are cascading into each other. Oh, quit complaining. There we go. Entities undeclared. I don't believe you even a little bit. Line 69. How is that undeclared? It's from where are you? Entity. This is right here. From Ztream. Yeah, I'm loading up Ztream. This has definitely been declared by then. Do you not know what entities? I'm allowed to use entities. It's an external. It's right there. I can see it. Let me copy it into that location just in case I mistyped something, but... Oh, wait. I misspelled it. Entity. Did I misspell it consistently? Probably. Oh, boy. It's one compilation error after another. There we go. What's the real problem now? 75. Entity ID, P data sizes. Entity ID. Entity ID should be underscored. Oh, is it actually going to compile this time? I think it's actually going to... Ah, spoke too soon. Undefined reference to P data sizes. And GameObject.c. How did you get all the way up to the point of creating the object files and then finally decide you couldn't find the reference? P data sizes. Where are you even at? Hey, Ponut, if you're still alive over there, we got some weird issues with specifically stuff surrounding Joe Malik. So P data sizes is stored where? Is it stored here? Yes. It's an unsigned integer. If I call it, I should be able to get... I don't follow. For starters, I don't know how to trace anything back, but besides reading this entire list. But it's saying extern doesn't declare it. Where do I declare it? Do I declare it here? No, I didn't declare it. Good call. Okay. There. I didn't know that extern didn't declare things. Animation master. Did I do the same thing there? Because it's external? Where's... Yep. Same exact deal. Just shove it at the top here. Oh, it's compiling. Guys, it's compiling. No way that this actually works properly, though. Oh, yep, that's crash. Crash and burn. Alright, I tried creating something, and it couldn't render it. So let's head back in here and see what I broke. Probably everything. I tried to change too much at once, really. I don't know if I should just roll back. I know! Oh boy. So when I draw, Yeah, this is probably a lesson in don't change everything at once. Display animated model. Let me see. What's that coming out of? That's coming out of here, right? Or is that just load model? Oh wait, no, that's from animate.c. So we have a reference to a game object and a reference to the game object's animation. When I store that game object's animation. Wait, what even is that? What is object.ani? It's an integer. Integer animation render flag. Okay, that's just that's a number. Okay, well, for starters, is this meant to be this before I keep moving on? Because I feel like this should be this. Not sure, but, you know, I feel like it. And then pdata start, how does that get written in? That gets written in when we create the actual game object. Creating the game object happens... Where are you? Where are you? Oh, here. I'm looking at it. So we write into pdata master at the entity ID. When I create the object, that's the entity ID is by value, and then display in animate is a pointer. So I give it a pointer to an object and I give it an actual number. So when I call it over here, this should be the pointer to that object stored in here, because object, the master list, is literally a master list. So I give it a pointer. In create object, it should be... Oh, who is that? Antony. Is that like Anthony, but like more with more attitude? Antony? Antony? Well, thanks for the follow, Anthony. Antony. Something like that. Okay, so we are writing the pdata master here. Okay. But the game object has its own pdata start. Maybe we should actually set that to something. That would be nice. Is pdata master a... no, that's not there. It's got to be here. Right? No. Where is it? If it's not an animate, then where is it? It's inside the object. The files are in the computer. Okay. pdata start. It's literally just the pointer. Okay. But pdata master, oh, there it is. There's pdata master. It's in gameObject.h. And it's a list of pointers. So I can just address what I need to do. So this should check out just great. I feel good about this. Let's run it. I don't feel good about Sigwin errors, but I feel good about this. If you do not stop. Oh, okay, these are actual errors. Okay, the non-fix that I made earlier is not a good fix and was fine the way it was, so let's not do that again. Line 76, game object. Why do you not like that? PData... What? How do you not like PData Master? It's right there. It's a cool guy. Everybody likes PData Master. Oh, maybe you need something like this? Yeah, that probably makes a little bit of sense. Okay, this time for real. If I ever start editing code for more than 30 minutes at a time before I compile and run, somebody needs to, like, hit me. This is bad. Okay. We're running, and we froze. So that, something weird is happening. Alright, back to the drawing board. Alright, let's do that. Draw my draw. Let us just, is SL print valid? Wait. Let's go check my thing. SL print. Display locate. Nope. Just a string. Wait, what? I'm looking to print a memory address. And no, I don't know what I'm looking for. Okay. So just plain old SL print. So we don't need this to-fix or any of this other crap. What we do need is... Let's see, let's locate that on line freaking 20 or something like that. Just put that near the bottom. Now, what would be the pointer that we're trying to display? We're trying to display pointer without the animation code. Let me see. So let's try the pointer toward PData Master. So ideally, if we only place one object, the first entry in PData Master (0, 0) would be the same place as if we evaluated the pointer of our first object. There is no console. This is the Sega Saturn. There's no, like, console output that I'm aware of. I don't know if I could somehow include system.out type functions. You know, like, you know, standard format print, but like it's not even compiling to the same kind of thing. I don't think there's any compatibility for those kind of functions. I don't think they're written for the SH2 compiler. Anyway. We need... So the index is going to be the index for this guy. And then the PData start, right? Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be, because, I mean, where would they even use it? Okay, I'm assuming this is going to write what I want it to write. And all the bounding box print statements, where are those? I'm going to get rid of them. Oh, yeah. Let's get rid of that. I know in the collision code, probably in separate 3D, I got some bounding box print statements. Where are you? Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Let me just search for print. Oh, there it is. Oh, we can just comment out print corners. Where does that appear? Yeah, let's not do that one. Get out of the way. I trust where the corners are now. I don't know why the collision check is. Oh my goodness! It's this. It's always. I never get that right the first time. I managed to screw that up. Okay. I don't think tonight's my night. I've been too deep into Java to be able to do C effectively. Okay, so we're not expecting to display anything. We just want to see some information. There's I created a box. A box exists in memory, and there's no print statements concerning their memory locations. What's up with that? Why don't I see anything? Okay, let's see how many lines I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just put them on line 10 then. 10 or 11. Yeah. But this should be happening for every my draw. Yeah. So my draw should be, yeah. Or actually, you can make this interesting and put it on 10 plus index. We can see what's going on. Still not printing. That's interesting. Are you sure you're able to print pointers like that using SL Print? Oh, maybe what's going on is it's getting overridden by these print calls for the collision code. Okay, yeah, I can buy that. Let's cast int. But also, in the all these print statements, I just want to comment all of them out. Where are you at? Well, that's all just in print corners. Well, no, we can keep print orientation. Where is that function even written? Is that an input somewhere? Probably is. Position, rotation, target. Box colliding. No box colliding. Okay, there shouldn't be any overrides going on. Yeah, so that's not the problem. Be able to go directly to line 11. Okay, so the collision code is still working somehow, but I can't even print. Okay, you know what? Let's go with a print statement that I know will work. No, Joe printf doesn't work for me. I already know that. Here's a really stupid hacky way of doing it, though. Where's my draw command? There we go. I know that it will print a 2 fixed if I tell it to print a 2 fixed. This will give us a unique fixed number, because, you know, all the memory addresses are 32-bit indexed, and, well, fixed is a 1-to-1 data type. So this, it doesn't print some. Oh, come on. I mean, it's going to be consistent garbage. I just want to know why didn't it invalid on. Okay, so let's try int. Keep those casts on. What we're trying to see is we see the memory locations are equivalent. That's what we want. Okay, so these two, they look like fixed max, which bothers me. So maybe we're not getting a complete picture of what's going on here. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Oh, we don't. I don't need to fix that. I can just. No. I need. Crap. Let's try that Joe print statement then. Joe print. Just printf will probably work. Or yeah, okay. Pointer to integer. Well, just for starters, let's make sure that this is actually going to work. Also, if we want to print a pointer, can't we just go format print pointer? Well, why not? That's really, there's no good reason. Print as integer, please. Okay, fine. I will trust your judgment. Yeah, that's passable. Okay, let's try that. But yeah, Antone, basically I wanted to do development on a Sega console, and I wanted to do something on an older system. I kind of went through a decision-making process of, do I want to do 2D or 3D? What am I capable of? I don't think I'm capable of making Dreamcast-level graphics, and I don't think I'm capable of dealing with Sega Genesis' sound system and coding on the limited tools that the Sega Genesis has. Same address. But I feel like there's the exact right tool set on the Sega Saturn for me to be able to make something. Second box appears to not have the correct... But the first one... Oh, the first one isn't even right. The first one's moving. the pointers are incorrect. The pointer is moving around. It shouldn't be moving around. The first index is moving to the last pointer. How's that work out? Okay. But even then, that shouldn't be an issue for displaying one box. That shouldn't cause the crash. Well, it's nice that Joe printf is working again. I don't know what changed to have that happen, but I'm happy for it. Okay. So the pdata start. SL put polygon? Okay, how does that even work out? Let's go check out SL put polygon. SL put polygon. Not that one. Not that one. Close enough. Starting address of area where polygon data is stored. Right. This function draws a polygon model specified by the parameter. Okay, so it's just like a basic SGL drawing a polygon. Huh. Okay. I feel like this is almost certainly going to cause something to crash, but let's go with it. All right. Whoa, okay. That didn't work out. Let's take away that line because I don't... let's fix the pointer problem first. How do you see the problem from that? I saw a black screen. Uninitialized. But don't we write into it when we create it, right? So it has to be initialized. There. The numbers right now are the same. They're pointing to the same memory location. Check if it's copied before drawing. Should be. In order for it to even have something to draw from, it needs to have the number of objects incremented. Number of objects incremented doesn't happen until the object is created, right? Okay. So, you. When I create an object, let's, just in case, move this all the way to the end, and then I'll just do a quick find replace. Oh, okay, that's not what I meant. I didn't need a new file. Okay, Control H. Num object -1. Just turns into num object. Go. So I've written all the basic variables into it. Entity ID is copied in. The entity's pointer is copied into the location where the entity is holding it. pdata master. pdata start should be essentially copying the pdata master pointer? Is it? Is that what's happening here? pdata master is what? A list of pointers. Yeah, should be copying that pointer value. So that's what this should be doing. So unless Joe Malik is slow, And this is happening too fast for this to happen. But in order to even get to the point where they can draw, it needs to have incremented num objects. So num objects is now going to be incremented after this is happening. So even in parallel, this shouldn't trigger anything until this block of data has copied pdata master into the pdata start, and then pdata start, shown here, here, it's triggered. Alright. That should just work, though. There's no reason that shouldn't work. If it doesn't work, then we got bigger problems. And this really shouldn't have changed anything. That should just, like a precaution in case there's a multi-core problem going on. What? 124. Oh, okay. It's because this should be, this. Hey, that worked somehow. And it's drawing the generic version of it. Alright. The pointers are not okay, and I can't understand why. Why aren't the pointers okay? How did I screw up writing it so bad that the other pointers are initialized to 0? The first pointer seems to be okay, but that isn't solving anything. Okay. Well, we know that this is valid, so why don't we just use this? Game object. Create object. There we go. So there should be entity ID is basically going to be 0, and that means when I create the object, let me check my input. Maybe the input should still be fine. When I press the A button, it should be creating an object of ID 0, right? Yeah, that's what this is saying. So now I'm taking this exact expression, which we know should work, copying into pdata master, and it should work. Assuming this works the way we think it does, and it probably should because pdata sizes. Okay, let's print that out too, just to, just to check. I'm gonna put that in line 9, I guess. What's special about these extra addresses? I don't get that part. Let me just move all these guys over into one line. They're going to be on one line. Makes things easier to read. It doesn't? Okay, fine, fine, fine. I mean, a format print generally would be able to work like this as soon as I fix that this print flag. But okay, let's just be safe about it. No reason to risk compilation errors. We got 12. Dang it. Okay, we're printing a whole bunch of information out, and I can't even keep track of everything. It would be really weird for him to overwrite the terminology for print format, have a formatted flag, and have that mean something that's not print format. But I can find out later. Why did... Come on, Sigwin. Be a bro, Sigwin. Oh, do I need to cast this? I probably should cast this. Is that the right one? 127? 124. That was literally just working. Why are you complaining? 128, 129. Aggregate value where an integer was expected. Aggregate value? What are you on about? Yeah, it takes a little bit to wrap your head around some of the data structures, especially the weird ones that Sega created, like fixed. Aggregate value where an integer was expected. What does that even mean? Why doesn't this work the same way everything else works? It looks like it should work. I like how it looks. No, we're just trying to print a pointer, right? Let's... Do we need to shove this guy in front of it? Like, this? Look, casting should solve all these problems. What does it even mean by aggregate value? Let's ask the internet. See, aggregate value. Okay, yeah, I remember having to do something like that. Oh, that's right. For the very minimum, pdata plus pdata is not an array, so you can't really address it like array, or pdata start at least. And this, we can do it like this probably. Well, at the very least, it works better here now. So. Okay, we have one box, so we know that the initial pdata pointer is pointing to the same location. However, some weird stuff is happening along pole. Actual data at that address. Oh, well, let me go back and fix that then. So, like so. Oh, don't you dare. Maybe I need to do this. It's still complaining about that. we want the value stored at this address cast to an int. This is the correct syntax to ask for that. So here's a pointer. Increment the pointer by 5. Cast or retrieve the value stored at that memory location. Cast to int. Print. All this should be in the correct order. I can't see any problem with the way it's written. Let's find out what an aggregate value is. While Ponut brainstorms. Only access the field of an index union array. Well, we're not using a union, but let's just read what this guy has to say anyway. Yeah, I don't think that's helping. We want to figure out what's stored there. I think the problem fundamentally is going to lie in the way we copy memory over. I might end up just writing my own memory copy function to make sure that happens correctly. Or just copy, I can just copy XL2, so he already wrote it. It's literally right there, we just played with it. So I could just copy that function. No, really? Okay. But why would casting as a pointer to an int help us out here? Let's Sigwin. Okay, now, cannot convert to a pointer type. Okay, we still want the int, so where am I moving that asterisk? All the way to the left? Oh, okay, so we're nested casting. This is so hacky. Oh boy. I don't know why that's supposed to work, but yeah, I know my reaction exactly. Like, why does it... First off, why does it need to happen? Second, why does it work? Okay. So they're evaluating... Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Data copy is good, great. What is that location plus 5? So it's X, Y, Z, and then 2 IDs, right? How is this data stored? We're looking at the P data. Uh-oh. Oh, because we're overwriting. Yeah, the fact that the data copy is good doesn't solve the problem, though. That's just an indication we don't know what to fix. Okay, let me try to make it so that only the last guy gets printed out. I draw. Hey, what happened to my actual animation thing? Oh, I got rid of it. Crap. I gotta rewrite that later. Thought I commented it out, and I probably deleted it by accident. Oh well. Let's get out of this loop. So we're gonna print p data info. Why did I spell it so French? We don't need this crap anymore. I do need to find out what happened to that line that I deleted, but whatever. Let me run that again and we can examine what... Oh my goodness. Fine, num object -1. Really want it like that. Okay, so that behavior is good, but then why won't it work? Okay. Let me fix this formatted print statement so that it'll actually overwrite what's previously there, because I want to examine what's going on with these pointers. So let's give it like 19 spaces for each of them. Nice, Shane. Actually, I don't think there's more than several digits in there. Let's just give them 10 at a time. So we'll call this P data master. We got P data start. Then we have size. Then we're gonna have Ponut, I don't think you ever explained what's at +5 from entities. Or not from entities, from the P data. P data start +5. I forget what's there. PD +5. Entity PD +5. And object P data +5. Oh, okay. So just arbitrary. So I want to see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. So the first box, PData master location is the same as the what's PDS again? PData start. So PData start, PData master agree. The size is 408 bytes, I guess, and they're storing the same information on the internals. Second one, PData master for some reason is 0. Why is that happening? PData start is being written correctly. PData master for some reason isn't. It shouldn't be 0. It should be whatever PDS is right now. Sizes are the same, and yeah, you know. What happens when I press X? Nothing. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting. Okay, so PData master does not appear to be written correctly. So let's go and check how that's being written. We're malloking the size. So we give it a size to malloc. Right? Is that what's going on here? We just make sure that's being put in correctly. There. So 408 bytes are being Joe Mallocked. Oops, sorry. Notepad++. So 408 bytes from here are being Joe Mallocked into the entity. Wait a minute. Oh, that's not supposed to be that. That's supposed to be this. right? Well, there's the start of our problems, for multiple objects at least. Okay, so we have current object's location as our PDA master. Okay. PDA master, then... So this should have only worked for the first time. That makes sense. Okay. But then... the start of the data, it's PData master. Entity ID, again wrong. So I was addressing the wrong index. I think that explains almost everything. Sigwin, okay, no, everything, yes. Sigwin, if you do not stop, I swear, straight to the moon. It was my bad writing. It was all my fault. I was giving it the wrong index to copy data into, and to address data from, so it doesn't even know what it's doing. So here's the first box. Everything... Oh! Zorkenheimer? Zorkenheimer? I'm assuming it's Zorkenheimer. I want to say Zorkenheimer. That sounds like an actual real German name or something like that. But thanks for the follow, Zorkenheimer. Okay. First address agrees. Second address also agrees. Third address also agrees. Yep, we can keep writing more boxes and the datas keep agreeing. Heimer. Okay, there we go. That sounded more right. Me. But yes, hello Zorkenheimer. We are programming on the Sega Saturn, and we're right now dealing with this data allocation problem for storing animation vectors. I think Ponut, with a little help from me, has solved the problem in my code. But it looks like I was addressing the wrong index, but now that that's solved, maybe I can go back and comment these guys out. Bridgewater. Hey, we got more follows. Hey, Bridgewater, thanks for the follow. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to draw without me replacing the animation line with the actual animation line that needs to be there. But that's a quick copy-paste away. Okay, so we got, we want the object index. There we go. And then animation ID, so object.ani. Now, watch me screw up. It's supposed to be isplay? No, it's just display. Okay. Now, this might need to be a pointer when it's not. I don't know. And this might need a... Oh, crap, Shane. The animation thing didn't play. What gives? We'll fix that. We'll fix that in a little bit. So if it doesn't draw right now, it's because I screwed up. Either this should be an arrow, and this should be, or this should be a ampersand slash asterisk. I can't tell anymore. Incompatible type for argument 1. So yeah, this is probably needs to be this. If it compiles, it'll probably run. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the ring drop sound. I hope I didn't break alerts. I don't think alerts are broken. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs. For some reason, that specific feature doesn't work well, and everything else does. Okay. Box. Whoa! Okay. I recognize this error, but at least it's not crashing. Flipping the animation toggle does not seem to do anything. Alright. Let me just double check something that's definitely not the problem. I want to make sure the animation state is initialized to 1 or 0. Okay, there we go. Wrong vertex order. The fact that it displayed means something, doesn't it? Even if those vertices were wrong. How is it? How could it possibly be out of range? Oh my goodness. Let's initialize it at 1 and see what happens. Maybe force it to be 1. But my input should also do something like that. Yeah, my input should also take care of that. So, what gives? Well, here's the thing. Everything's in a pretty fixed order. There's no way for us to address them out of order. We can only address at the wrong starting point, if anything. But the animation display code should be able to take the start of the P data and just roll with it. That's what this line is for. Yeah. Everything's being loaded and copied in the same order. There's no rearranging of animation vertices. The wrong transformation. Okay. Here is a proposal. What if this was this? Or that. Okay, fine. SL put polygon. Let's try not to delete it this time. SL put polygon. Let me scroll up to see what you said earlier about SL put polygon. You had the exact right thing written down earlier. This guy. Okay, let's run that. Really? Come on, man. Current address, Shadows Global Declaration. 88. Oh, that's a warning. I can ignore that. 125. Oh yeah, that was right. This was mistyped. And that fix that I did obviously did not work. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Open it back up, open it back up, open it back up. There we go. Let me shove that back over here, collapse these guys, go back down to my draw, and run. Sigwin, stop that. This is C. So we're coding in C right now with Joe Engine's libraries and XL2's ZTream libraries. Oh yeah, you're right. Well, this is a comforting sign that the box is still there. The jelly is still there, just not moving around. Let's okay, let's replace that with the actual object call. So this should be objects P data start, right? Doing an awful lot of work just to make sure that different things can animate differently, but it's kind of necessary for a 3D game. Make a box. There we go. So it's still making the box. Oh yeah, animation code's not triggered there, so it's not doing anything. So the box is the box. I think we've confirmed that. Jellies are still displaying correctly for their default unanimated state. Animation control pointer. All right. So let's dig back into animate.c. Animate control pointer. So it should be the entity ID animation ID. This should be correct. The object's entity ID is the ID for the animation master. Oh yeah, Saturn's definitely a cool system. Animation master. Animation master here. Max models correspond, so first index corresponds to the master entity, second index corresponds to animation. So, Antony, I am definitely not going to make anything on the scale of Panzer Dragoon or Burning Rangers. I'm just trying to get a functional basic 3D game, something that probably will end up looking like something between Daggerfall and Morrowind, probably closer to Daggerfall. And that's kind of what I'm going for. So Animation Master is a collection of pointers, of animation control pointers, indexed first by the entity ID from the master entity list, and second by the animation ID, which should just, in this case, be 0? Or 1. Either one, and both of them are being loaded in. Like so. Where's the load? Yeah, so Animation Master is being loaded in here. So, like this? Animation Master 00. Alright, let's force it to Twitch. We'll give the basic jelly jiggle animation. Seriously? Oh, because I'm redeclaring it. I mean, I feel like Doom is a little bit underwhelmed for the Sega Saturn. Doom has already been ported to the 32X. Although I guess maybe like you want more features or higher fidelity or something like that. It's not twitching. Is that because I'm using SLPut polygon as opposed to the animation code? It's probably because of that. It's probably because this line. Forgot to change that. Oh no! Oh no! The jelly! It's not jiggling. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I mean, if the 32X can handle Doom, I'm sure there's some way to port Doom over if the 32X code is handled. Okay. C norm data. How do we even load stuff in? Okay, let's go back to load reference. No, not down here. Not there. There. Daggerfall probably had equivalent... No, Daggerfall was definitely a more capable rendering system than Doom. Entity T. Oh, that's right. Okay. So my Entity T should be a direct memory copy based off of GameObject.create, right? Yeah, Daggerfall was full 3D. It had its own procedural dungeon generator and everything. It was actually kind of over-engineered. Oh boy. So the entity T is pointed to the master entity list. Master entity list, again, should be loaded from load ref. Load ref will go through ZT load model, ZT load model. This is the line in question. That is a good question, is it? How could it not be? Because we're able to get the actual thing to work without the animation. So the entity itself has to be correct. It can't not be that. So, oh yeah, the animation code has a call to that. Let me see. No. Maybe I need this line? Let's try this. Just to be absolutely certain. Yeah. So now we're calling from entities the pointer to that said list of entities using the explicit animation ID that's required. Entities being a list of what? Okay, yeah. So they're a list of actual entities, so the pointer call is valid, which we're storing it here. So this should fix it. It kind of has to, because the actual list is... Oh, okay, fine. We'll try it with and without, see what happens. Because I had it with the pointer call where? There. So should this be gone too? Because if that works, then that should work. But this worked as it was. This loaded in the correct pointer. So I feel like this also should do the same thing. Like the same line of code should work in both places. Come on, man. Okay, let's try it this way. Let's try hard coding it entity 0. Alright. It's hard to screw that up. Pointer to entity T. Can it convert to a pointer type? What? That's interesting. I think I'm going to need that ampersand for some reason, but... Yeah, that's my line of thinking, but it wouldn't even compile it without it. It doesn't want to deal with it. Okay. Let's try this. And the thing is, it doesn't want to deal with it. It's so needlessly confusing. I can't even read what you just wrote there. Like, I literally cannot parse that. I mean, thanks for contributing to Bridgewater. I like the discussion, but I am getting frustrated with why I can't seem to point directly to the entity that I loaded in. So what was the first way I wrote it? I don't even remember. It kind of has to be because it was loading the box to begin with. And this entity ID is just going to be object entity ID. And for now, animation ID can just be 0. It doesn't even have to twitch. It just has to be there. Animation control can be that. Here, let me copy this over here and make this 0. Just force everything to be what it needs to be. Maybe the animation master needs to be this as well. I mean, I don't know. Hey! Okay. Why aren't you twitching? And also, okay, there's that. Okay, yeah, it's there, but I specifically set it to animation state 1. It should be twitching. Also, I can't add... Okay, there's another one. So we got more jellies, but they're not twitching. It's upsetting me. I can't make them twitch. Alright, let's, Oh, wait, no, I set it to not twitch. Whoops. That's why. Let's go back and write in what needs to be there. It's gonna be entity ID, and then entity ID, and then animation ID. Totally forgot about those. So, is it working? Is this actually happening? That was a terrible joke, and I'm not going to dignify that with another kappa. Okay, well, we can fix that in post. Why aren't you twitching? I pressed the X button. X button should toggle your animation state. Why aren't you twitching? I do have a button assigned to make it jiggle. It's X. I'm pressing the X button. It ain't jiggling. Can it? Does it have the ability to jiggle? Maybe it does not have the ability to jiggle. Maybe I can fix that by saying Annie ID equals 1. Maybe it can't jiggle. Maybe it has lost its ability to jiggle. My X button most certainly is not broken. Okay, it should be forced to jiggle at this point, so let's see what's going on here. It ain't jiggling. My jiggle animation ain't working. What's up with that? Is my animation master not being written correctly at point 1? How's it even able to render if it's pointing to the wrong animation master? Okay. Animation ID is stuck at 1, so animation master 1 should be making it jiggle. Yeah, here, all this stuff here should be, just call that the walk animation. This can be the stationary idle animation. This should work. Sorry, Shane, that thing is not working right now. We gotta... Yeah, I know. Where are you even getting these bits from? syntax. I gotta displace p data. Okay. But why though? Why did that not work? Animation master. No, not animation master. P data master. P data master should be able to take my object ID and just deal with it. So what is animation control doing right now? PData start should be storing the address for PData master. Okay, maybe we can fix this like this. Where's my PData master? So let me directly address PData master. So PData master is stored with two indices, right? The object number ID and the... Okay, let's go back over to PData master in here. How did I initialize it? No, that's not PData. That's PData sizes. Where's PData master? Is it animate? Where did I keep the PData master? I'm going crazy here. Animation master gets redeclared over at the top up here because I just set it as an external. But where is PData master? Where did I put that? It's in game object. Everything's everywhere. I should probably keep PData master. I should probably just keep that as part of animation. I don't know. So max meshes. This would be. I'll just start this at 0 then. So it should be PData master object ID 0. And it's going to be this. Oh, well, that too. So everything should just be primed for it to have to jiggle. It shouldn't have a choice. Oh boy, that broke it. That shouldn't have broken it. I'm not sure I follow though. PData master should have been written with okay. PData master at its very beginning shouldn't have been written with a copy of the PData according to this. Yeah, okay, so we can comment that out. Let me try one more time by addressing the PData master. I don't think the PData master is doing what it's supposed to be doing right now somehow. What? What? Holy crap! That's a first. Oh boy. I wasn't expecting that. I managed to crash the Saturn so hard that the emulator gave up. Wow. Okay, we can go back to the part where it was at least working. There shouldn't be any difference between pointing to the pointer for the PData start and the PData master, which is just supposed to be that location again. What, this? Here? Should it be nya? Oh yeah, because it's an array. Oh crap. Yeah, that's probably my first problem. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, it was already an array of pointers. I shouldn't have had to... Oh, come on. Sigwin's just being annoying now. Nice catch, everybody. I don't know what's up with Sigwin. It just every once in a while it just complains about memory, and I just kind of ignore it and keep rerunning until it runs. I don't know enough about C and makefiles and compiler settings to actually do it correctly, so I just keep running it until it runs. So this is certainly incorrect. However, it's not completely crashing the emulator, so good start. If we force animation state to 0, it should just show up as a box, right? Nope, that didn't work either. What gives? It wants a pointer there. It wants that to be the pointer. Why does it want that to be the pointer? Let's put the ampersand here and run it again and see if it likes it. I hope not. We can find out when the only other place to be loaded. It's only written to when it's loaded up at the beginning of the program. But this seems to work for some reason. I don't know why it works, but it do. Oh, okay, there we go. So for some reason, it's already on a pointer array. It's an array of pointers. I shouldn't have to do this ampersand here in order to write it into this, which is a pointer to an animation control. I should be able to match it directly. Okay, so let's go back all the way here. So this is a pointer. This is allowing us to write the value into that pointer. Yeah, okay, well, where else is okay, let's... Seriously? The whole struct? I mean, it's not even a struct, it's just an array. The struct itself has not changed from what it originally was. It's just the animation control. That part's fine. Animation control's fine. The struct is fine. Okay. I'm losing track of what you guys are even confused about, because first off, these guys, they worked yesterday or last week. This is a pointer. I grab an element from that pointer and I write into here. So this is keyframe 1, animation rate 0. The 2D array, the animation master is indexed here with entity and animation state. So we have the entity that it's loading into, and then the animation state. The animation state is, for us is just going to be 0 or 1. 0 is no animation, 1 is the jiggling. So I'm loading the idle animation into 0, 0, and the walk animation is 0, 1, and the only entities being loaded up here is entity 0, so entity 0 is here. Directly. So, I thought, where are we? Where's the anime? There. This. So we're just going to keep, we're not even going to use any control here. We're just going to keep writing this into wherever it shows up. So where does it show up? If this, let's, I feel like this is not going to be needed here. Oh, this is going to get ugly so fast. It's going to get ugly very, very, very fast. Okay. The whole point of storing this as a pointer is so that we don't have to deal with all this ugliness, but okay. Ugh, this is hideous. Okay, where's... It's all over the freaking place. Great. Okay. I mean, it might... this might be what fixes it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. To be honest, if I tried answering that question, I'd almost certainly get it wrong. Essentially, when you're dealing with pointers, you need to be able to, especially pointers to structs, which makes things enormously complicated, at least for me. You have to keep track of whether or not you're pointing to the struct, or pointing to an element of the struct, and whether or not you want the value of the element of that struct, or the pointer to that element of that struct. Yeah. But for some reason, every time I try to write it, I always get some part of it wrong. So, if I were to tell you anything concrete, I would probably accidentally tell you something wrong. So, the best I can do is say, learn C well enough that you can know more than me, which shouldn't take too long. Oh boy. Yeah, but see, most of my time in my day job is spent inside of MATLAB. I generally don't have to worry about these kind of things, so I get into a completely different headspace in my day job and then when I'm working on this kind of stuff. So I've managed to make some decent headway in my game code just by like fumbling through whether or not I'm using pointers correctly, but I'm not a programmer by trade. I just happen to program a lot as a scientist. So it's kind of not like a coincidence, but it's kind of tangential to my actual skill set that I know how to program. So I don't spend like someone who actually programs for a living would obviously be leagues better than me. Oh crap, I wanted to copy that first. I hate that I have to... I probably should have addressed these indices as like something a lot more compact or something. Well. How many more of these are there? Not too many. And if this works, I'm just going to leave the code as is and never touch it again. Master. Okay. Oh boy, another one. Wait, did I even need to do that? Probably not. I think about it. Nope. Undo all that crap. There we go. This one I had to do that. Don't touch this. Well, too late. I have to touch this. I mean, what I can do is, after the stream, I can keep staring at it until I figure out why it works the way it does, and then I can try rewriting it into a more programmatic fashion. But during the stream, I just try to get things running, and I try not to work on the game outside the stream, except as to like make a few art assets I'm going to use on stream, or, you know, basically, I don't want to add any functionality that I don't work on live on the stream. So what I'll end up doing is, if I do edit this code, it's just going to be compacting it. There we go. Who's left? That was the last of it. Okay, let's try it with 0 first, just to see if it runs. Decompression? What do you want about? Oh, that didn't even... You gotta be kidding me. And this should be entities... This should be animation ID 0. This is somehow not working. After all that work, too. What was the point? the whole concept of it. Jeez. How else am I supposed to track all this stuff? Okay, what is being... I mean, I kind of need an anime. I need some place to store all these animation Vertex stuff. You know what? Let's try this. I feel like... Now, I'm probably just talking complete crap right now, but it's making it a pointer means that I'm going to have problems with proper initialization of every portion of that pointer. If I just make it actual values and make sure that all those values get written like so, then everything should kind of just work out. And I just need to make sure that they get loaded in correctly here. So these can now be dots. I believe this is the way I had it before, too. But somehow things changed. I thought something else was going to be more convenient. But I'm assuming the only things that touch Animation Master are here in Main and over here in Animate. Of course not. Not a member of a structure. Why? Why though? It's an external, it's an array. I should be able to just address it, right? Yeah, that I was about to think of that right there. Yeah, it's probably better. This is why this whole load... This probably shouldn't even be in main, but whatever. Yeah. No, it's there! It's being loaded in, and it's one of the first headers. Yeah, I know. So, I don't need to save memory on the Animation Master. That should always be available there. I should just... I'll take up the block of memory. Oh... Nice catch. What? You gotta be... Oh, crap. I know exactly what the problem is. It's everything I just did. Everything I just did is the problem. Okay. Let me copy... Where are you at? There we are. Okay, let's do a massive find replace here, because I know exactly what it's complaining about. I need to find everything that looks like this. Oh, sorry, you can't see my edit file. Let me switch over to my full screen view. Okay, can you see that? There we go. Everything that looks like this, I need to convert into a dot. Replace all on selection. Try again. Oh, compiled. That's nice. I forget if I locked the animation state or not. I probably did. Okay, the box is looking crooked again, which kind of clues me into it's behaving kind of the way it did before, because previously the first keyframe wasn't exactly square. It was like a little bit off. Yeah, so you're catching it too. Yeah, it doesn't look a perfect square, so something's wrong with the initial keyframe when I exported the model. So that means we're working kind of the same way we were before. My X button still isn't toggling the animation, but that's because I locked it in place. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna make a... Well, I mean, not during the stream, but afterwards. I'm gonna make a proper idle animation for the... I'm gonna make a whole suite of animations for the cube to make sure I can cycle through everything. Make the cube. Okay, it's starting at 1, and I turned it off. Let's make a new one. That one's starting at 1. I turned that off. But why is this one twitching too? Are they running over each other in memory? Yeah, I know. Oh no. Let's try a third one. See if that... Okay. Make a new one. There we go. So he starts off twitching. If I turn it off... Okay, so it's kind of half working, I guess? For some reason there's a special case when only one is happening, but... Here, I can toggle his animation without toggling these guys' animation. There. They're not the same object, they are the same entity, though. So the entity stores the basic structure, texture files, stuff like that. The animation control master should be storing each object individually. No, animation control the animation control array stores everything on the entity level as well. So all the entities and all the animation controls are shared by these guys. The only thing that differentiates them is their P data master and their object. Are you moving or not? There we go. So he's moving. If I place a new one, I can get that guy to stop moving, and because my input is no longer configured to the previous object, he's going to keep moving. So, definitely some weirdness going on with the display code, I believe, and I think that just might be some weird quirks of the engine. But the functionality basically is what I expect. Oh, wait. Why is it doing that? Guys, I'm not pressing any input buttons, but if I get closer, he starts twitching. If I get further away, he stops twitching. I'm not pressing any animation state changes. The guy on the left shouldn't be dancing right now. His animation state is 0. He should be staying still, but when I get closer to him, he starts dancing. I need to copy the animation control for every object. Ponut, elaborate. Current frame is moving around too. But okay, every animation control has been like manually overwritten by the actual reference to the animation master. So like this doesn't even do anything anymore. Everything's commented out. So what's there to change? Here, I'm gonna default this to 0. So it's like it's working, but some weird bug is making it so that very niche cases don't make it work. They need unique current frame data. Where are they grabbing that from? I thought that was part of, well, let's go check. I thought that was part of the P data. Where do they get current frame? Current. Yeah, animation master. Oh, crap. Animation master is stored for entity level. So current frame is being manipulated on entity level. So all the entities are having the same current frame manipulated. So they're all having slight, subtle changes to their current frame. That's annoying. Oh, see ya, Anthony. Thanks for coming on the stream. So, wait. What even is the data type of current frame? Where do we have animation control? Current frame is a uint 8. Okay. uint 8 current frame explicit local. Well, let's just call it current frame local is equal to this. Yeah. And then we can do a find replace. Well, okay, let's just do it properly here. Current keyframe as well. That's gotta. And let me guess, is that also an unsigned integer 8? Yep. No, current frame is 16, keyframe is 8. But then how do I... No, I need to track it. This needs to be able to change. I need to give an animation control to each object. Which means... animation control master is no longer max models. It's going to be... where's game object? Game object, are you inheriting animation? You probably should now. Yeah, we're doing this backwards. This needs to go in game object. There. And yeah, we need to give them each an animation control. So let's just do that. And animation control, I believe. No, crap. Here's the thing. This stuff, actually this stuff and this stuff need to be the same for everyone. It's only these two that need to change. So here's what I propose doing. You no longer need that include statement on game object. Nor do we need to add an animation control here. An animation control frames. Okay, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give it a current frame. Oh, let's just copy. Oh crap, that's not what I wanted. This. We're going to copy these two. These are the only two we really need to copy. Here, put them here. So the animation control essentially works by having a bunch of transformations from a base model that's stored as part of the entity. These guys are loaded in to memory when we load in the model over here. So we have animation rate, uniformity, start frame and end frame of that specific animation. And then the current frame gets set like so. The object needs to change similarly. So the current frame should not just be stored as part of the animation master. It should be stored onto the object itself. So whenever we create the object, we need to copy over the current frame and the keyframe and manipulate them there. So whenever we see a current frame or keyframe, we're going to address it from the object itself. So it's going to be object. We've already got a reference to an object, so it can be as simple as object keyframe. So we don't even need to declare them here. What we can do is uniform, that's staying put. That's from the animation master. Animation rate, we're keeping that from the animation master. Current frame. So instead of being current frame local, it's going to be object current frame. From here. Current frame and current keyframe. We're taking it and we're storing it on the object level so that we can deal with it. So current keyframe. Here. Current frame. Here. There. Current keyframe. Object. End frame. That comes from Animation Master. Current frame. Object. And end frame is Animation Master, as is, I believe this is start frame, right? Start frame, yeah. We're keeping that put. Keyframe, object. Current frame, also object. Do that right? Yeah, okay, that was just one big long reference. Keyframe, object. Start frame, that's from Animation Master. Okay, keyframe, object. Start frame, Animation Master. Current frame, object. Let's see, we have end frame and start frame, that's from Animation Master. Next keyframe, we're going to get the current keyframe. +1. Next keyframe, end frame, Animation Master, start frame, Animation Master, start frame, Animation Master, Animation Master, start frame, yeah. Okay, we're creating a new current keyframe here, and we're doing that. Okay, current model, what's up with that? Where did we get current model from? What's that from? That's entity level. So if that's entity level, in the animation itself, we want the current keyframe, so we're getting it here. This is just an index. We just have to call the right index. Okay. Current frame. Object. Current keyframe. Object. There we go. Now, what is this from? Okay, we've already constructed that. Next keyframe, we've constructed that. This can all basically stay the same. This has to stay the same. And we are calling a current keyframe, so we replace that with the objects one. Wait, doing that? Animation Master, sorry. Just need the index. E-data. Okay, that can stay. I'm gonna add some space there. Okay, I feel good about that. Wait, where? What line? Next keyframe? Next keyframe. Where did that happen? Current keyframe, C norm. Here? Go up a bit. Okay. Animation, next keyframe. No, this looks fine to me. Yeah, I'm looking at 103. There's nothing here that indicates it needs to be calling anything from either the object or the Animation Master. It's just manipulating its own value from here. And the start frame is coming from the Animation Master, so that can stay put. Alright. Yeah, thanks, Shane. I'll definitely be sure to remember to raid. We're almost 4 hours in, actually. Just trying to fix this one animation bug. Yeah. So this should all be, this is all instantiated inside the function. It should be fine. And then start frame is bringing reference to Animation Master. I believe we're good to go. There's the box. Can I animate it? Whoa, that's weird. I'm just coming at it from a weird angle, that's why. Okay, stop. It appears that when I stop it, I definitely need to fix the idle animation. But this seems to be working. Okay, let's let it keep twitching. I'll make a new box. And I can control its animation state. Okay, so let me try to... Thing is, because I only have one keyframe, I think that's screwing up how it's resetting the other one. I think a lot of stuff is not triggering because I only have one keyframe. So the P data is probably not getting updated. When I just stop the animation, it probably just stops at the last place it was. So that's something to be fixed when I recreate the jelly model. Along with some orientation stuff and whatever. Let's make a third jelly. And twitch. And stop. Twitch. Stop. Stop. There we go. Okay, thank you. Twitch. Okay. So, if I create this guy and I tell him that... Here's the thing, I can't tell if this jiggling is a problem. This is... He shouldn't be moving at all right now. This one corner is moving, I don't know why. And I don't know if it's a problem with that single keyframe thing, where... I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and quickly just remake this jelly file properly. So I think I still can just go real quick into the Blender model, remake the jelly, and make sure everything's working correctly. So where do I keep my 3D models? Oh, there they are. Okay, so we just have to make a few extra keyframes, that's all. In fact, we don't even need to make a lot of extra keyframes, we just need to make one extra keyframe. And there, now you guys can see what I'm doing. Look at the dope sheet. So actually, it could be, but let's make this properly first. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even have to redo the Blender files. I've got all the Blender files here. Jelly 001 can just be the same thing as Jelly 02. So let me just rename them in sequence. Well, when I do the export, it'll have the model viewer on it. But let me just go over to the model converter. There we go. Oh, I have to update these files. Let me update those. I don't have a quick start model viewer. I'm pretty sure if I open this, it's just going to open up in Blender. Yeah, I don't even have the right program for this file. But I trust that the order that I put them in is the same as last time, so if I just run the Tyler, so total keyframes. So I have 6 total keyframes, right? I will be using SGL. Scale value. I forget, I think it was just 1. I think I was just using scale value 1, right? In/jelly. Okay, all caps. Jelly. Now I have to enter the object file name without the extension. Jelly. Oh, okay. So I mean that kind of looks like what I expected to. So here's the updated ZTP file. So if I go back into Seniriu's CD and overwrite the old jelly with the new jelly. Let's see. Yep, it's larger. It's got 1 more keyframe in it. That makes sense. Then we can go over here in main, and end frame is now 2. And we now have from 3 to 6, and this can be uniform because it's literally just the same thing twice. You no longer have to set the A rate. So let's see if that actually fixed that weird twitching problem. If not, it's probably something to do with memory locations not being written correctly. There we go. Nice and square. And it twitches. And it stops. And it twitches. And it stops. I think it was just that keyframe problem. You can... Oh, no! Why are you like that? Why are you the way that you are? Except it really shouldn't be. Like, this guy is twitching the way I expect him to. This guy only has 1 corner. No, 2? It's like he's a little bit twitching, but he's not really twitching. Let's try getting these guys to stop. Let's make a 3rd one. And then when I make him twitch, these guys do nothing. It's specific to the it's specific to when there's only 1 or 2 on the screen then. Let's let this guy twitch and I'll make a new one over here. Yeah, everything is acting kind of the way I expect it to. Let me make another one on top of this guy, just kind of have them in close proximity. Maybe there's some weird rendering stuff happening there. Like that. That's just a bug with just display code. That's not animation code. I can make him twitch, I can make him stop. I can make him twitch, I can make him stop. But if I look at him from under here and I'm at the exact wrong angle, then he'll just start freaking out like that. That's just some weird drawing error that can be fixed later, and I guess I'll consult with XL2 about that, but that's not the problem here. The problem here is when there's only 2 objects on screen. Let me see if I can delete some of these objects. Uh-oh. The destroy code just crashed the game. That's a second problem. I tried to destroy one of the objects, and it crashed the game. Really? I mean, yeah. I mean, I thought we probably got pretty far. I guess we're gonna make animation in 3D a part 3. Yeah, that makes sense. Because yeah, I'm definitely gonna start getting tired. But quick to-do list. But we have to make sure I'm able to destroy code, and it's whatever the destroy code should be. This right here definitely is not sufficient because I've completely changed the way objects are handling stuff. So I'm sure that pdata master needs to be addressed and animation master needs to be addressed. That's for well, maybe I just need to fix the way I'm looking at pdata master and make sure I'm copying it correctly. For now, let's go ahead and figure out who we're gonna raid for tonight. Let's see who's. Whoops. Okay, there we go.